not your doll, so you can't toss me around. I'm not listening to your dirty lies. Butterfly, don't let him get to your heart and your smile. He's not in love with you. He's just a lie. He's just a lie. You made me feel lost. Made me feel lost in your world of tragedy. Your world of tragedy. You made me feel lost. Made me feel lost in your world of tragedy. But there's no remedy. It hurts to try, and I don't know why. Love's blurred my eyes. Now I can't run, I'm blind. When the vows start to fade and the hearts turn to blades, I see it every day. Your love's turn to hate. There's no will, there's no way, just a price left to pay. What can I say? There's no will, there's no way, just a price left to pay. There's no will, there's no way, just a price left to pay. Oh, will, there's no way, just a price left to pay. What can I say? You made me feel lost. You made me feel lost. You are a tragedy. You are a tragedy. You made me feel lost. You made me feel lost. You are the tragedy. You are the tragedy. You made me feel lost. You made me feel lost. You are the tragedy. You are the tragedy. You make me feel lost. Oh, fly, butterfly, don't let him get to your heart and your smile. He's not in love with you. He's just a lie. He's just a
All right, well, beautiful music there from Nikita Kering, and she's right here. Welcome, representing Kenya on an African stage.
Thank you so much.
At AFRIMA, right?
Yes, yes.
And tell us, because you got 2 awards. Tell us what the 2 awards were.
Revelation of the African Continent and Best Female in Eastern Africa.
Now, that was so at 17.
Yeah.
Did you ever dream of this happening, especially at such a young age?
No, I actually didn't. I had targeted this specific award when I was 16, and I said that hopefully have gotten it by the time I'm 20. So to me, it came as a shock. But at the same time, I know how hard I worked for it. So it wasn't really, I was just thankful.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, yeah.
And to get 2,
Yeah.
I mean, 1 is okay.
What? I was shocked.
But,
Let me even tell you, after I got the first award, I hadn't even expected the first one. We had actually aimed for Songwriter of the Year. Okay. Because looking at the statistics and everything, that was the one that looked like it didn't have as much competition.
Right.
Compared to the other ones. So then they say Revelation was one of the first awards, and I was preparing to perform. So really at the back of my mind, I was like, these guys can't send me backstage to go perform, and I'm going to win. It just doesn't make sense. So I was like, you know what, forget about it. So then I'm called on, then they say the winner is Nikita Kering. I did not hear. I'm like, isn't that you? People backstage like, isn't that you? It's me. And I was just running. I was running and I ran on stage. And but then for the second award, I was just like, you know what? I already got a first award.
It's okay.
It's okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I already started recording Insta stories and I was like, guys, thank you so much. Then I find out that
you've also
I won
the
second one. And it was amazing.
And for you, it's been quite the journey because...
it has.
When did you, without giving away my surprise today, but when did you discover that, wait a minute, I can sing? It's a thing I can do.
I think I'm not the one who discovered it. It was my mom from when I was around 4-ish. And then I just started singing at our relatives' events and stuff like that. Then when I was 9 and I started singing with Emiko Skay, that's when people now started realizing that this could be an actual thing. So yes, that was when I was 9 years old. Yeah.
And I heard your mom tell a story about how you you sing to yourself a lot.
A lot.
And there's this time that she was in a supermarket and somebody approached her like, wait a minute, this lady is going to be a star.
Yeah, I sing to myself all the time. And we were shopping and that time I was around 4, 5 and someone heard me sing and told my mom, hey, your kid can sing, just take this seriously. And I think that's where she started. And my mom wasn't really allowed to pursue her passion when she was younger. And so to her, she was like, if I have a child who's talented, I'm going to let them go for it. So she's really pushed for it. Sometimes even more than I have.
Was she also, what was her talent? Was she also a singer?
No, she's not a singer. She was into drama. And she also wrote a lot of plays.
Right.
Yeah, and she also did hairdressing, but those days you can't go to university and then go be a hairdresser. It just didn't make sense. Yeah.
Okay. And so then speaking about pushing it, then Empower came in, Mr. Eazy. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So Mr. Eazy picked me along with 99 other artists from Africa to give $3,000 to produce some music. For him, it was more of empowering African artists, people who he sees like he could see the talent but haven't really blown up. And so when I got that money, I was like, you know what, let me just use this to give back. And so that's when I wrote Tragedy. And I wrote Tragedy and I decided that it was going to be about domestic violence. And I produced it because it's going to be very rare that you're given something like that, just like that, without expecting anything in return. And so I did something with domestic violence and it touched the people that I wanted it to touch. And for me, if it hit home, then I was really happy.
So you weren't tempted at any point to blow this man, like, you know what, I've worked hard, let's go?
No, not really. I don't think no. Let me just say no.
Well, shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
Good upbringing.
Yeah.
And so during that time, like that moment, when did you find out that you've been picked, by Mr. Eazy, and like what was that moment like for you? Just walk us through that particular moment.
It was just amazing. Actually, I had already been in contact with Mr. Eazy before that, in terms of him just shouting out my music. So when he told me about Empower, he actually sent me a message and he was like, yo, by the way, we've chosen you for Empower. And so it was actually my mom who found out about Empower first before me. you know how she's usually just ahead in terms of all social media stuff.
Yeah.
So she told me, and I didn't know what it was. Then when I found out, it was amazing to be considered top 100. Yeah.
And so how then, in terms of, like you said, you wrote tragedy and it was very focused and you talked about domestic violence. So what are the things that you like, writing about, and what is your process like? Like what are the things that inspire you to write about? Like, for example, tragedy. What was how did you settle on domestic violence?
Okay, so the song, when I wrote it at first, it wasn't about domestic violence. Okay. It was just a chorus. You make me feel lost in a world of tragedy. Just those typical Adele heartbreak songs. And I've never been heartbroken. I was just copying from what I was seeing around.
Right.
And so it was just a casual thing. I actually wrote the song when I was 15, when I just turned 15. And then I gave it to my brother, and he used to listen to it. Then when we got this Empower thing, he's like, you know what, finish tragedy. And I was like, and around that time there were lots of cases of domestic violence. I remember there was so much people being killed. And I was like, you know what, let me just do it. And so I sat down and I wrote the verses, and I was just trying to think in a poetic way, but in a way that people, a lady who's gone through this or a man who's gone through this can really relate and feel through it. That's why I use words like, when the vows start to fade and the hearts turn to blades, I see it every day, your love's turn to hate. Something like that. You can see. It's
amazing how so effortless it is to sound that good. Go on.
Thank you. So for me, it was like, we're putting it metaphorically, but I don't want someone to have to think so hard about what I'm writing. I want it to just hit home. And from the feedback I got from a lot of women who went through that, even from the video, it hit home, and I really that was my happiness beyond anything.
Because we have some behind the scenes footage of that video.
Yes, I do.
What was the thinking about the video? Because like when you're going through this, I think there's a part where this guy shows the lady the phone, and then it just spirals from there.
The funniest thing is that it's not, when you were shooting it, it wasn't as emotional as it appeared to be, because literally we needed to get these actors to show like anger and sadness, and we literally took a huge speaker and started playing some sad classical music just so that the mood can be set. So let's just say they just did an amazing job. And I sat down with Enos Salik and we wrote the script for this, and I said, go for it. Don't be scared of having this woman pushed to the wall, because those are things that actually happen. And when you overfilter, it won't hit as hard as it can be. And sometimes, being 17, that time I was shooting the video, I was 16, I think. It was like, you're young, so don't shoot something you won't even be allowed to watch, you know. So it was a dilemma, you know. There was a lot of things we had to cut out and stuff, but even I, as a 16-year-old, knows that these things happen, and I won't ignore it just because I'm 16 and because people expect me to be ignorant against such things. So yeah.
And so what other things inspire you, like to?
Right, the reason why maybe I wrote Happy With You. I get inspired by everyone around me, things that happen around me, movies, dreams. Sometimes you just write about nothing. Like right now, I could just improvise and talk about this glass, talk about this glass, or talk about your watch or your shirt. Sometimes it's nothing. It's just combining words. So it's never. It doesn't always have to be something I've gone through, but I'm releasing an EP, which is like a miniature album, come January, around February there. So I want to show people now me. I want to be clear and show people my real self, because it's been a bit scary, because you're young, you don't know whether people will judge. Everyone has the way they raise their child, and you don't want to be that bad example, you know. So this EP for me will be when I am just showing people the truth. Yeah.
And so, as you're putting it together,
Yeah.
this particular EP, I'm sure you want to take us through, like you're saying, a journey.
Yes.
And so, in there, like, what are some of the, without giving too much away, because you say this is January, February. What are some of the themes, I guess, of the songs?
In the songs is love, of course, because I love love and I love seeing people love each other. There's beauty in women and appreciating your own beauty. And then there's women empowerment somewhere there.
Right.
And I'm giving people different genres. I'm not just doing this Adele thing. I want to start a Nikita thing. So yeah, so yeah.
Do you, and because I asked, because before that we were talking with the producer here in Patwa. Do you like reggae?
I do, but I like the old reggae, not the
old,
new one. The Lucky Dube reggae
I'm a prisoner.
Yeah,
Lucky
like
Dube,
yes, I am a slave. There's so much. I love Lucky Dube. My dad influenced that. So yeah.
A lot of Lucky Dube.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's okay because I also kind of love rumba, which people
me too.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to a lot of rumba when I was younger. Yeah.
Apple sour, you see? So I'm new. Anyway. So like I told you before, I have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
When we were doing a little research for this particular show, we came across something that was shot in 2012. And I wanted to show you this video. It was done by Judy Kosgei, who has since moved on from us, but she was part of us here. So let's take a look, and as we walk Nikita down memory lane, back in 2012, take a look at this, her story or your story.
There is a candle, never saw.
It is the voice of a 9-year-old girl which has kept this home in Karen, Nairobi alive.
So carry your candle into the darkness, seek out the hopeless.
Ever since she was a toddler, a girl whose confidence when we talk to her tells of a passion she can only express in song.
Ignites a candle and makes his home. My name is Nikita Kering Barabara. I'm in class 4 and I go to Kilimani School. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, and I have 2 parents, of course. I started singing when I was 3 years old. Yeah, and my voice wasn't that good when I was younger.
Nikita is our 4th born, and the second daughter out of the 5 children. We noticed Nikita's love for music when she was a very small baby, but we thought it's just a normal, child trying to learn something. But then she would really sing in the bathroom, like she'd sing a lot, and neighbors would tell us we had Nikita singing, and then we realized that she had a talent.
Music means a lot to me. It's just my life, and it's everything. It means everything to me. Nothing can stop me from being a musician. Even if anything happens to me and just anything which stops me, I'll never stop. Atinye yate wate kibungue neyote.
Nikita has not written her own songs yet.
I want to write my own songs. I don't want to sing other people's songs now.
But developing an asset which will allow this upcoming musician express herself through song and dance is what she is working on.
So carry your candle.
Her voice.
Everyone just says, sing for us, we want to hear your voice. So I have to, in my heart I have to. It's a very good thing. So carry your candle into the dark.
The appreciation of culture that Nikita says will help her write her music and learning such chores like milking cows that put her in touch with her surroundings, she says is fun. one of the many things, including her family, that makes her visit top country every Christmas unique.
Milking cows is my favorite thing when I go to Shags, and I do that every day. I do that every single day, and when I'm left, I have to do it the next day, and it's like a promise to myself that I'll never skip the day. Me and my brother, I love carrying him behind because I love him a lot, and I enjoy carrying him.
But it is when the eloquent 9-year-old tells us how she wants to use her music differently that brings out the fact that she's not just a child, but one who has been given the chance to express herself and exploit her talent.
We are going to offer a start service and later on sell your item.
I used to wish
Oh
Told
my
you it
gosh,
was a
did you
surprise.
know,
Yes.
I told myself I'm never going to watch that interview until I'm like 25, 30. Because, yeah. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my gosh. So karaoke, hey, what?
Yeah, try it. Go ahead. Do it.
I can't even sing that high anymore. So carry your candle unto the darkness. Seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world.
I tell you what.
Hey, time has gone. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful voice, and it's good to go down memory lane, especially when you're there. Remember, as you said, your 12-year-old self said that what you want to do is you want to write your own music. Now you're writing your own music.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
And you want to make impact. Everybody saying, Nikita, sing fast, sing fast, sing fast.
So humble.
Now everybody wants to hear you sing. So it's a good thing.
That's amazing. Dreams do come true. And
Yeah.
at that time, I'm sure I was dreaming to be where I am today. So that's just amazing.
And it's good to see that do you still milk cows?
Okay, I don't milk as much as I did, but
Yeah.
I still do. For me, I don't know, it was always like just a moment for myself. So when
Yeah.
I go to Shags, it's a thing.
Like therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you also learn how to fish or something.
Really?
Mimi Nduma too.
Oh, no.
Anyway. So now, like you said, your EP is coming up. Have people approached you for collabos, or how has it been in the industry now that you've had a feel of it these few years? Yeah.
Well, this AFRIMA has actually it's helped a lot.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people have reached out to me, gotten offers, so definitely that EP will have
Some collabos.
some collabos.
Right.
Hopefully we'll have 5 songs in the EP. So a number of those will have collabos. But I'm really trying to find someone who will blend well with what I'm thinking and with my genre of music. But at the same time, I want to explore out. I don't know. I really want to try everything. I don't wanna be put in a box. Yeah.
And what are your musical influences? Like, who are the people who
Well,
who you? Like, apart from Adele.
Apart from Adele, yeah. Definitely there's Jennifer Hudson, Whitney Houston, there was Tina Turner, Beyonce, Rihanna, the obvious ones. Jessie J, Kelly Clarkson, so many people, Travis Green, Kirk Franklin. There's so much. I get influences from everywhere.
Yeah.
But really, I listen more to vocal ability because I'm still trying to improve and to grow. So that's what I pay attention to. So those I think are my biggest influences.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, because we might replay this interview in a few years to come, what do you want to achieve?
By the time I'm there,
Yeah, in your musical career, what do you want to achieve?
how many years do you think?
Let's say 5 years. 'Cause
5 years?
That was because the last interview was 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you want to achieve?
I hope 5 years can do a lot. Oh my gosh. So I'll go crazy. I hope to have been the youngest African to have ever won a Grammy. Amen to that.
Amen.
I want to be happy. There's a lot of people who are not happy in this industry because they've been put at a situation whereby they're just trying so hard to sell more than they are trying to love what they do. So yeah, to win a Grammy and to be happy. Yeah.
Those two things.
Those two things, because I know happiness comes with a lot of things. The albums will have been set, I'll have met everyone I want to be, and I'll just be myself. So I just want to be happy. That's my main goal in life. Yeah.
To be happy.
To be happy.
I'm telling you what, that's, you see that now when this goes to the YouTube and the view Sasa, it will be there forever. So
Yeah.
when you finally win, and the winner is Nikita Kering.
Do you
We'll
know, I don't
play
even know
back.
what I'll do, honestly. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. And the other very interesting thing that you've mentioned through and through is the support that you've received from your mother. And
Yeah.
they right now, Shule Zimufunga, so they are kids
A
at
lot
home.
of kids watching.
And parents are probably watching as well. So two things, to the kid who's watching who has a dream, and to the parent who's watching who's a little bit skeptical
Yeah.
about supporting this dream. Yeah.
The kid that's watching that has a dream, go for it. Because when dreams are pursued and you work at where you're passionate, the work you put into that job, honestly, it will be incomparable. Because passion can drive you to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, sit down at the piano, write a song, or go downstairs, pick a ball and start tying or whatever. So just do what you're passionate about and love what you do, and have tangible evidence that this is something that can work and can succeed, because parents are always worried that it will go sideways. And so just have something and work at it, and when your parents are seeing that this is something you're working hard on, it will be much easier for them to allow you to do what you want to do. And for parents who are skeptical, just remember that time that you really wanted to do what you loved and your parents didn't allow you to do what you wanted. Your happiness, I'm sure, is your child's happiness. And so I'll probably giving them the option to do what they love is probably the best gift that you'll ever give. It's the best gift my mother has ever given me, and there's nothing I'm more grateful for than the permission that she's given me to do what I love. And so just give that gift to your child, and the return, I don't think there's anything else that's more precious than happiness. And so, yeah, just give them the chance to do that. And if you see that it's not working out, just guide them, because, yeah, they're your kid and they need guidance. And so, yeah, that's what I would say.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
For making the time to come and
You're
for
welcome.
loving the surprise.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Going back memory lane. Tell us your handle so guys can follow you and so keep tabs. EP comes out, all the good stuff.
So on YouTube, I'm Nikita Kering. Instagram, Nikita_Kering. Twitter, Nikita.Kering. And Facebook, Nikita Kering. If you want to find anything whatsoever about my life, you can go check on my Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to sing anything, even if you decide to sing Baba Black, because I'm sure you'll make it sound good. So you can sing anything, even as we wrap up. This is your field. You can look at any one of these cameras. Ibra uko juu ata make sure unatokelezea vizuri tena sana.
Okay.
Even as we wrap up.
Okay. So I can stand.
Yes, and just take it away.
This is dedicated to Willis Raburu. Baba Black Ship, have you any wood? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. one for the master, and one for the dame, and one for the little boy who lives down the way.
Awesome. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much for
making time
having
us.
me. Thank you.
Sam Kituku is up next. He can't sing as well as her. None of us can.
Oh.
But stay tuned. Use the hashtag Daybreak and follow Nikita_Kering on the Instagrams. And a big shout out to Nikita's mom. Is she watching?
Yes.
Shout out to you for being such an example to all other parents of what they should do when their kids have talent. We really appreciate you for giving us this gift. And God bless you too. Keep on shining. Bas, tuonane. Man U kesho tunachapwa na Tottenham, Mourinho anakuja. So like I said, at the end of your prayer, 3 words. God help Manchester United. Bless.